Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I like this tweet. The SEC's meeting with Ripple today. Ripple and SEC enter next phase with pivotal filing. Countdown begins. Looks like this ongoing case is about to end soon, and best believe 2024 is XRP year. I like that kind of optimism. The end is near. Gary's got a black eye and he's sipping on his little bottled water. So funny. My sponsor, Link2, has run out of Ripple equity. They've run out of Circle equity. They've run out of Link2 equity on the platform. What do these have in common? Circle has filed for IPO. Link2 is going to file for IPO in 2024. And Ripple, question mark, question mark, question mark. But we're sure it's going to be interesting. Those, keep your eye on all those equities because they could load those back up at any moment. 7 years ago on this day, I bought my first crypto. Bitcoin was at $9.50, ETH at $44, XRP at $0.009. Now, folks, this is March 2017. From this point until January of 2018. What outperformed everything else? That would be XRP, and it even jumped over Ethereum. Thus, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, everything you've seen with ETHgate was done. You have to wonder, don't you? There are no coincidences, folks. 1996, NSA published a white paper on cryptocurrencies called How to Make a Mint. 2007, U.S. entered a recession. 2008, global financial crisis. 2008, bailouts and bank failures. 2009, stimulus package. 2009, European sovereign debt crisis. 2009, G20 summit, and 2009, Bitcoin. And they made sure to write in there a little line about the bailouts to make it look like a libertarian movement. And get your eyes focused on the fool's gold instead of real gold, the way the central banks have been focused on. That is what I believe. Now, 38 days, 12 hours, 4 minutes, 15 seconds. The largest XRP conference in the world will go on in XRP Las Vegas. We got gold people, we got attorneys, we got ex-CFTC chairman, we got the what's Perry Ann Boring's title? Is it CEO, Chamber of Digital Commerce? I don't know what her exact title is, but she's got one. It's either president or CEO. You got David Schwartz. You got the guys from Uphold, iTrustCapital, Miles Franklin, Link2, Jeremy Hogan. I stood right beside Jeremy Hogan at the proper party, and he was in the middle of talking to somebody, and I had a New York Yankees hat on. I don't even think he knew who I was, and did not get to formally meet him. I will do so at XRP Las Vegas. Looking forward to meeting him and his beautiful wife. Mr. Hubert, you are really going to delist Bitcoin? Now, I looked at this, folks, and he's right. It's on there. It says, in accordance with our delisting guidelines, we are ending support for the following assets on BitTrue. Now, I'm assuming this is either wrong or it can't be the actual Bitcoin. It's some other, Bitcoin this or Bitcoin that. We shall see. Tom Emmer, the SEC could use some disinfectant, especially after that debt box case. He's retweeting Metal Lawman, who says, Gensler says the crypto markets could use a little disinfectant. Meanwhile, a federal judge appointed by President Obama rules that the pervasive misconduct exhibited by the SEC demonstrates a pattern of organizational bad faith. It almost sounds like the judge is calling it organized crime. Organizational bad faith, and broadly implicates the commission itself. Now, the irony of the SEC and this commission is the place where the most disinfectant is necessary is around Ethereum, which the SEC hasn't been willing to touch, and Prometheum, both with ties to China. Elon Musk is asking why the Ethereum founder Vitalik Buterin left X, and I'm telling him I'll give you 70,000 reasons why he left X. Here they are.
I presume that your net worth crashed a great deal. It got run up and then came back down.
It did. Yeah.
And were you happy in any way about that?
Relieved.
Yeah.
So when right at the top of the big bubble, like in December 2017, when Bitcoin was hitting 20,000, ETH was hitting 1,400. I made this tweet, and a series of tweets that kind of became somewhat famous within the space, where I basically said the cryptocurrency space has reached $500 billion. Does it deserve it? Like, do the things that it's actually accomplished like hold a candle to the promises that the market is ascribing to it? And I mean, the subtext of my answer is not yet, and that was proven very right fairly quickly. And
but you didn't short it, did you?
So I did get the Ethereum Foundation to sell about 70,000 ETH, like basically at the top, and that's doubled our runway now. So, and it was one good decision that had a lot of impact, but it didn't.
Folks, I've got to read you a tweet that I just saw. Brad Combs, who is doing XRP Las Vegas, has just tweeted out, breaking, Greg Kidd, formerly of Ripple and now running for Senate in Nevada 2nd District, is going to be on stage at XRP Las Vegas 2024, the world's largest XRP conference. Folks, this thing's getting ridiculous now. If you haven't gotten I'm telling you, if you haven't gotten your general admission ticket yet, you are out of your mind. That's all they have left. The VIP's already sold out. General admission is going to be gone by the end of March, in my opinion. And not only that, but you're going to be able to, if you get a general admission ticket between now and the end of March, you'll have a chance to eat dinner on me and Brad Combs at our table with some other people. And it's going to be cool. We'll tell you some war stories. You'll love it. You might really love it. All right. So that's happening now. In fact, let me go back here and let me hit the refresh button because it wasn't up here before. Check this out. Right there it is. Greg Kidd. He was one of the first 10 people at Ripple. He was one of the original investors in Twitter. He was, Jack Dorsey lived in his backyard, like lived in the house behind his house when he founded Twitter. That's huge. All right, Chad Steingraber reminding us in the early days, Ripple worked directly with the Federal Reserve to build out a real-time settlement network. The group was known as the Faster Payments Task Force, headed by Ripple. And then here is Pat Thielen. He's from Ripple. Listen to this.
Hello, everyone. I'm Pat Thielen. I'm the Vice President of Global Account Management at Ripple. We truly believe that there is an internet of value coming, much like the internet provided with communications and email in the 90s and through the beginning of the millennium. Today, the payment system is advancing. And unlike a lot of the other crypto players in Ripple space, we truly believe that the revolution is going to occur from within. So the ecosystem that the U.S. Faster Payments Council has put together will be those players that will make sure we advance the industry. The working groups that are coming out, it's the cross-border, the QR, the directory model. These are really opportunities to take that user experience, the interoperability that has been designed in the other initiatives, and really apply it to real-world problems. Many countries have leapfrogged the U.S. in real-time payments, so this is a real opportunity for us to leverage a body like this. The playing field is set, and you can either sit on the sidelines or suit up with U.S. Faster Payments Council and change the game.
Change the game. I think Ripple's going to change the game or put a dent in the universe. Now, I want to play this video for you, and then we're going to go into daixrp.com, and I'm going to lay it all out for you, who the players are and what. I mean, look. when you've been here as long as I have, and you can see around corners from making 2 to 3 videos every day for over 5 years in this space with a focus on Ripple and XRP and crypto, you can kind of piece things together. The patterns become obvious. I'm going to show you what the patterns reveal to me. First, watch this.
Yeah, I do think it's significant in many ways. I think, what you actually have here is you have a market structure, a regulated market structure that is wrapped literally around cryptographic tokens, in this case, Bitcoin tokens, and the safekeeping of those, the record keeping of those, and the actual, kind of underlying transfer and liquidity. And so that is a market structure that is now being interacted with by the very largest financial institutions in the world, and they're coming together and working with great firms like Coinbase and others who are providing the actual critical crypto infrastructure around some of this. So I think it's a very significant moment because it's demonstrating that you can have a security or a digital token and you can have those work together. But I think the broader piece here is it underscores that, at least in the case of the SEC, and you can read Gensler's comments, and I think he's being pretty transparent about how he thinks about this, which is he lost a court case and he's just doesn't want to get sued again.
He hasn't launched a court case against Circle with their stable coin, and he's even said in the past that stable coins are could be securities. So why hasn't he launched one against them, against Circle, who's backed by Goldman Sachs, where Gary used to work?
Kind of what he said.
And Mike Novogratz used to work.
But I think there is more, because I think that the SEC has a much deeper understanding of this whole field and of the technology and of the operators and the risks and what kind of disclosures you might need. I think there's just a far greater understanding than 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. It just continues. And so, when Larry Fink gets on television the next day and says, this is just the tipping point. This is the tipping point towards tokenization. The tokenization of financial assets broadly and of other types of property is going to change the way the financial industry works. It's going to, change access to finance and financial products and other things, which I deeply believe. I think that's an indicator that, I think BlackRock is perhaps one of the largest securities issuers in the world. And I think it suggests confidence that, tokenization is going to be coming on in a significant way, and that we're going to see some of the very, very biggest asset issuers in the world issuing tokenized versions of those assets this year. And so that's significant. And so I do think it is not just about, is this validation for Bitcoin? I think it's about the whole technology architecture, what it represents. And I think, we're all sitting here because people are interested, right? And that this is here, and it's not going away. And so I think it's a significant shift for all those reasons.
Folks, I think it's very obvious who the players are that are going to bring this whole thing in for landing. The infrastructure players are. It's more than just the ones I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to just focus on a handful. So we're going to go in DAIXRP.com and talk about that. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Who are the players? Ask them. Who are the players? DAI knows. Here we go.